Hello everyone, I am Syeda Eeman Zahra Bokhari and my group partners are Dr. Syeda Bokhari and Dr. Syeda Ahmed, and we are from Capital University of Science and Technology, Islamabad, Pakistan, and the poster we are going to present today is about conservation initiatives and practices at universities. Now, as you will know that this conference is about conservation of biodiversity, and our poster also signifies those efforts. So, starting from my first point is that who do we need to target to conserve biodiversity? For that, I'd like to explain that as we pass on from region to another, the composition of the species may vary greatly, though the number of the species might remain same. And the change in the biodiversity is actually measured by the change in the species of that specific region. And these specific species in a specific region are actually known the endemic species. Now, why I'm explaining you the endemic species is because the efforts to conserve an area's biodiversity is centered upon endemic species of that area. Because loss of those lead to a global loss of species diversity. So the efforts required to save biodiversity or conserve biodiversity have to be such that save the endemic species of a region so that the effort counts, and this effort according to our proposed initiative should be staged by the universities and carried by the youth or the students, as because the youth or the students of a population represents the active lot of that population and can play a major role in making or breaking the population or making or breaking the cause that is being run in the population. Now, our proposed initiatives for biodiversity conservation in universities is basically divided into three parts. This figure over here depicts those three initiatives. First is the participation of students in national and international initiatives to conserve biodiversity. Second is that students should create awareness about avoiding the killing of dangerous animals and avoiding the destruction of exotic plants. And third is that students should be encouraged to take part in practical research activities to conserve biodiversity. Starting from the first one, which is the engagement of university students in national and international initiatives, we say this because university students actually have ease of access to do so and are skilled enough to create awareness or take part in national and international initiatives like workshops, seminars, conferences, which highlight the significance of biodiversity conservation. Like one, as you can see that I am a student from CUS and I am taking part in such an activity. So more students and more universities should be encouraged to do so. And moreover, university students are skilled enough to take part in on-field activities as well. So students should be encouraged by the universities, and students should themselves engage in the national and international initiatives for conservation of biodiversity. Secondly, the major cause of extinction of animals and plants is because the dangerous animals are being killed by people when these dangerous animals come towards the human settings, more population based settings. The humans basically kill them, and secondly, the economically significant plants or the exotic plants are being overly destroyed by humans or anthropogenic activities. So to save or conserve biodiversity, we basically need to avoid the killing of dangerous animals and destruction of economically significant plants. For example, if we take the example of Pakistan, here in the Western Himalayan ecoregion, the common leopard and grizzly bear are the most threatened species. In fact, common leopards are near to extinction according to WWF representatives working in Islamabad. Why is that? Because there are human settings around the Himalayan region, and the common leopards and grizzly bear have been interfering in human settings or have come close to that, or when at least humans go to for hunting for woods into the forest around in the Himalayan region, they have been known to kill these black bears and common leopards in their fear actually, or the fear that they might attack, or when sometimes due to the panic the animals might have attacked, they have in response killed them. So the students need to create awareness in people that this is not the way to kill animals actually. they can actually report to the concerned authorities of the region so that they can catch these animals and they can set them free in their natural habitat rather than public killing these animals whenever they encounter them. Secondly, coming towards the economically significant plants or the exotic plants, the students should create awareness in the society and in the industries where they're working that these plants or these plants or herbs should not be destroyed overwhelmingly or destroyed more than the ecosystem can actually balance. So these all initiatives, awareness initiatives, need to be taken by students because they are well equipped and they're at the level that can create awareness, and they also have the information to do so, and they will be the ones who will be working in these industries who are actually destroying these plants. So they need to take initiatives and they need to create awareness about it. Third and lastly, we propose that students should take part in practical research activities regarding conservation, and universities need to ensure that students do that. How can universities ensure that students take part in these activities is by allocating certain credit hours, scores, or any other form of scoring that they have. What practical research activities can students carry? For example, in the last point I mentioned that there is destruction of economically significant plants or exotic plants. Now, in practical research activities, more than in addition to creating awareness, students can actually create alternatives for such exotic or economically significant plants. For example, there are medicinal plants. So in order to save excessive destruction of medicinal plants, students at research institutes and universities can create alternative medicinal extracts that fill the purpose, and at the same time the plants are actually not harmed. Similar and more initiatives can be taken through research activities, through final year projects, thesis, um, community service projects, and subject projects. And students can be encouraged by universities to take part in this by setting some scores and making that a part of their curriculum, so that there is not only talks about the issue, but rather there are efforts about it as well. Now, in conclusion, I'd like to say that conservation should comprise the national domestic policies all over the world, because conservation is actually an issue of all humanity, since it's not only harming the ecosystem, rather it's harming humans as well. And these conservation activities should primarily be involving the youth and the students. In that line, we have advised three basic strategies which universities can carry to ensure their involvement. CUST Pakistan has also ensured the participation of the university and its students in these activities. As you can see, I being a student from CUST, I'm taking part in such initiatives, and there are other initiatives being taken at university as well. Like we have an established Directorate of Sustainability which ensures such activities at university. Moreover, we are in talks for collaboration with WWF Pakistan as well, and similar initiatives are being taken. And we hope that at the universities all over the globe, most importantly, the ones taking part in this conference and listening to me right now, take ideas from these proposed initiatives and follow these initiatives at the universities and encourage their students to do so. Thank you everyone. I hope you enjoyed the presentation.